Namaste yogis. Today we're going to do a practice to find a little bit more simplicity in our practice, in our lives, and also a bit of clarity, a bit of calm. So today you're going to want a couple of blocks, maybe a bolster, cushion, blankets, anything that's going to offer you some extra support to simplify your postures, and I'll meet you back on your mats in a moment. Okay, so let's start in a child's pose. So we're going to take the knees out to about mat's width, toes together and bottom back to heels. And you're going to rest down. You can rest on a bolster. So at the moment I'm in more of a hare pose as opposed to child's pose, but if you want to bring your forehead down to the earth, that's fine. But offer yourself something just to make your posture a bit more simple. And if that means coming all the way down to the floor, then that's fine. So offer yourself here a moment to breathe. Notice the simplicity of breathing in and breathing out. Often when we get told to breathe, we think that we've got to breathe in a different way to what feels normal to us. And yeah, sometimes in certain breathing exercises you will be breathing in a different way to what you would if you weren't conscious of your breath. But for today I just want you to just acknowledge the simplicity of your breath. And if the mind ever starts to wander, you just bring it back to I am breathing in, I am breathing out. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. The key thing right here is not to intellectualize anything, not to try and create anything. And that is often difficult when our minds are dependent on a stimulus. But if we can just remove everything away and just breathe in and out, lives will be much simpler. Take 3 more deep breaths in and 4 full breaths out. Here's 2. And 3. And bring yourself onto your hands and your knees. Just pop bolster out the way if you used one. And give the legs a little shake out. And just take a rock from side to side. Maybe add your shoulders into this. Maybe some rolling cat-cow if that feels nice. Do whatever feels natural. Okie dokie. If we've got blocks, just have them near to you. And we're going to rest the hands on them, maybe on the middle edge. Coming into lizard pose with the right leg forward. So the right foot is going to line up with the outer edge of the mat. And your hands are going to be on the inside of that leg. If you need extra cushioning underneath that left knee, please grab hold of that. And we're going to stack the right knee above the right ankle and just lengthen through the back of the neck. So we're not gazing down towards our knee, we're not craning the neck by lifting the gaze all the way up. We're lifting out here. 3 more breaths. 2. 3. Take that right leg back. Rock from side to side. And let's do that on the other leg. So we're going to bring the left foot forward outside of the left hand. Now you don't have to use blocks, but they just give you the opportunity to lift up and expand through the heart space a little bit more. 4 more breaths here. Let your breath be clear. Here's 3. And 4. Take that left leg back. Rock from side to side. Just pop your blocks out the way. And we're going to take a down dog. So lift the knees and take yourself all the way back, bending the knees, sinking those heels down into the earth. Don't worry if you can't get your heels down, doesn't matter. Just make this kind on your body. Enjoy this moment just to hang out upside down. Get in that rush of blood towards the brain. Changing our perspective a little bit. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Alright, finding ourselves in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Again, you've got blocks if you want to use these. Just take a rock from side to side, or maybe ragdoll, swaying from the hips, left to right. Give the toes a wiggle, spread the toes out upon the mat. Alright, release the hands, and we're going to walk the hands up the legs, just rolling up vertebra by vertebra. And take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up. And hands come through prayer to your heart space. Standing in mountain pose, Tadasana. So bring the feet together. Roll the shoulders maybe a few times if that feels good. We're going to take 4 more breaths here. Breathing from the feet to the crown of the head. Breathing down past the arms, out through the fingers. Ujjayi breath if you would like. Reach the arms up and breathe in. Maybe gaze up towards the hands if that feels okay. Breathe out. Fold all the way down to the earth. Fingertips light. Release the neck and the shoulders, soften the knees. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, take a forward fold. We're going to take the right leg back. Pop the knee onto the floor. Coming into a low lunge. So take a deep breath in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, hands come down to the floor. We're going to inhale the left leg back, 3-leg dog. Breathe out, bring that left foot down to the floor. And take 3 breaths. Here's 2. Here's 3. Inhale the right leg up, 3-leg dog, not too high. Exhale, guide the right leg forward, top of the mat, pop the left knee onto the floor. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. And take a forward fold, lifting up halfway on a breath in. Breathe out, fold forward. And roll up through the body, vertebra by vertebra. Reaching the arms up. On another breath in, maybe a back bend if it feels good. And then hands come through to prayer, heart space. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Again, reach the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward, however you want to is fine. Fingertips light upon the earth, spread the toes, soften the knees. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, take your left leg back, runner's lunge, drop the knee onto the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up, in a low lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Inhale your right leg back to a 3-leg dog. Shoulders square, exhale, right foot comes down to the earth for down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale the left leg up, not too high. Exhale, guide it forward. Pop the right knee onto the floor. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth. You've got your blocks if you want to use these here. Take a forward fold. Top of the mat, release the neck and the shoulders. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, fold forward. Roll up through the body, vertebra by vertebra. Deep breath in. Hands through prayer, heart space. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and take yourself back to a down dog. Take 5 breaths here. Any movement that you want to take. You can take child's pose instead. Here's 3. Toes and fingers are spread. 4. 5. Right foot is going to come in between the hands again. Come into that low lunge, so sink the left knee onto the floor. And we're going to come into that low lunge back bend. So we're going to interlace the fingers. Index fingers point up. And we're going to have the back foot untucked as well. So the top of the back foot is pushing into the earth. Reach all the way up. Now only as far as feels good. If Let's take ourselves into a warrior one. So right foot comes forward, left foot flattens onto the floor. Right knee is going to stack above the right ankle. Now if you're finding that the hips are opening out to the left, just make your stance a little bit wider so you can stabilise those hips. So tuck the tailbone in, scoop the belly in and up. And I'm going to extend the arms up. Let's maybe it's up to you, bring the palms together and squeeze the hands or open it out, whatever your preference is. We've got 3 more breaths. Give the toes a wiggle on the earth. Here's 2. And 3. Straighten up your front leg and we're going to come forward into a pyramid pose. So blocks, again, if you've got them, you might want to use them here to rest down. Allow yourself just to melt over your right leg here. For some of you, if you like to take a heart opener here, you may want to interlace the fingers, maybe come into Kali Mudra and reach the arms overhead so you can humble forward in your pyramid pose, but it's not absolutely necessary. We're working on simplicity and clarity here. 2 more breaths. Relax the neck. Let's step that right foot back to meet the left in down dog. Take 5 breaths. Warrior one on the left leg, so left leg steps forward, left knee stacking over the left ankle, reach those arms up, 5 breaths. Check in with your intention if you've set one. Maybe just work with that breath. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. If you feel safe to close the eyes, please do. Last breath here. Straighten up that front leg. Make your way down into pyramid pose. So release the arms. Remember your blocks if you've got them, if you want to use them. And we're wrapping the right hip forward, left hip back, so that we don't find ourselves kind of skew-if. We don't want to be asymmetric in our bodies right now. We want to balance this out. 3 more breaths. Allow your breath just to melt you down. Take yourself back to a down dog. 5 breaths again. Remember your child's pose is there at any point if you prefer to take that. If you're in child's pose, meet me in down dog. We're going to lift the right leg up, not too high. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, curl the right knee towards the chest, Stack the shoulders above the wrists and place the right foot in between the hands. Back leg stays straight, coming into a crescent moon lunge. So drop the shoulders. See if you can really extend upwards here. So slightly different to our warrior one. Back heel is off the floor. We're still tucking tail, we're still drawing ribs down, so we're not puffing the chest, but we're extending upwards. 3 more breaths. There's 2. 3. Transfer the weight onto the front leg. Come into dancer pose. So take hold of that left foot with the left hand. If you've got a strap, you can use a strap around the left foot instead. Extend the right arm forward. You're just going to reach the heart, pushing that left foot into the hand. If you want to extend and take this further, really pull that leg up, you can. But remember, we're thinking about simplicity today. We're thinking about finding clarity through our balance. 3 more breaths. 2. 3. Take that left foot back. Crescent moon lunge, reach the arms up, take a breath in. Breathe out, bring the hands down to the earth and take your right foot back to a down dog. Take 5 breaths here. You can take movement, remember, if you like to. Here's 4. 5. Extend the left leg up, not too high, on a breath in. Breathe out, guide the knee towards the chest. Shoulders stack above wrists. Place the left foot down, coming into that crescent moon lunge on the other side. Reach the arms, tuck the ribs, pull the ribs back, tuck the tail, front knee above the ankle. Is 3. 4. And 5. Transfer the weight forward onto your left leg. Take hold of the right foot. Dancer pose, 5 breaths. Use those toes of that left foot to ground you. Maybe for 5 breaths you want to breathe into each and every toe. Right foot heads back, crescent moon lunge, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Down dog. 5 breaths. Child's pose, Balasana. Sink all the way down. Knees can be open or closed. Reach the arms towards, or extend the arms towards the top of the mat, and then soften the elbows down. 5 breaths. Bring yourself back onto our hands and knees, preparing for dolphin pose. So we're going to have the elbows underneath the shoulders. Now, up to you with how your rotation is through the shoulders. I like to teach this posture with the forearms being parallel, but if that causes discomfort in the shoulders, then maybe interlace the fingers together instead. So it's up to you whether you want to have the forearms parallel. Maybe just give it a go. Bring the forearms parallel to start. And if that feels too much on the shoulders, bring the hands in. So we're going to look towards our knees and tuck the toes and just lift up. So it's almost like we're doing down dog with the body, but we're down on the forearms. So we're going to push into the hands and lift away. So we're not sinking, the head isn't close towards the floor, we're lifting up. And this is where if you're feeling it in the shoulders, by all means, bring the hands together. You can lift up and down. You can maybe see how you feel with lifting one leg. And then the other. Just make sure your blocks aren't going to slide away. One more breath. And then sink the knees down. Release back into a child's pose. Release those hands if you have them interlaced with the fingers. Maybe release the shoulders a bit more by bringing the hands all the way around towards the feet. And massage the head by rocking the head side to side on the mat. Two more breaths here. And then come up onto your hands and your knees and just take some movement through the wrists and through the hips. And make your way onto your back. Supporting yourself down. And take 5 breaths just in a constructive rest here. Hug the left knee in towards the body. Single one relieving. Lift myself back. I kick my bottles over otherwise. So hug that knee in. It's up to you whether you want to have that right leg straight or if you want to have it bent, if that feels better, on the back and on the legs as well. And spinal twist, so keeping hold of left leg with the right arm, just open the left arm out to the side and take a spinal twist here. 5 breaths. Left shoulder blade is grounded. Assisting that left knee up with the right hand, bring yourself up. Hug both knees in together, take a rock side to side. And then extend your left leg away. 5 breaths. Spinal twist with the right leg across the body. Right shoulder blade is now grounding. 5 breaths. I'm breathing in. I am breathing out. Using the left hand to support your right knee as you come back up. Hug both knees in. Bring yourself back into the centre of your mat. And prepare yourself for Shavasana. If there's any other posture that you'd like to take, go ahead and take that one. Got about 5 or 6 breaths worth before we come into final relaxation. Okay, release down into a comfortable space where you can be still. If you have lower back niggles, by all means keep the knees bent or the legs bent. Or you can grab a bolster and pop that underneath the knees to support. Palms are going to be facing up, away from the body. Feet are at least hips width apart. Maybe even give yourself a moment to assist. So just drawing the tailbone down. Maybe lifting yourself up to really scoop the body onto the floor. So you can have as much contact with the earth as possible through the spine. Close the eyes. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. If you have longer to spend in your Shavasana today, please take the time that you need. I'd like to thank you for joining me with your practice today. I hope that you feel calmer right now. I hope that you feel more balanced and grateful for a super duper simple practice. Namaste.